your home and loan girl, CEO and founder of Passion and Purpose Realty Group.
And I am LaShonda, the luxury home real estate agent, brokered by EXP Realty, and owner of the Empire Realty Group.
And we are Sisters in Real Estate.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Sisters in Real Estate. I am LaShonda, the realtor.
And I am Nikita Jacobs, your home and loan girl.
And again, we are
Sisters in Real Estate. Hey!
So we're always excited to hop on here and to just be able to share our wealth of knowledge with our tenure in this business as realtors and a loan officer. Mm-hmm. We definitely have some good stuff to share today. Hopefully you guys will take away some great nuggets, great information, and, reach out to us and let us know what you guys think of what we've shared with you, or if you guys have any questions, or if there's some things that you guys want us to cover, answer, go over, whatever. We're definitely open to doing that. Mm-hmm. So to get us started, we have to start off with some real estate market stats. This time, we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit, and we're going to share some of the builder incentives that are going on right now. Yes. A lot of people don't know that builders are actually pretty much giving the house away at this point.
They got to get rid of that inventory, okay?
They are giving these houses away. If this house is built and they didn't get to sell it in 2022, they are like, just come get the house. Don't worry about everything else. Just come get it so we can make some money. So I just want to share a couple of stats with you guys. Not necessarily stats, but just information, just to, keep you informed, educated about, going the new construction route. Some builders are giving anywhere from 10, 20, 30 up. I've seen right to this day, I've seen up to $100,000 that some of these builders are giving for buyer incentives, whether it's money off the house, money toward closing costs. I've seen as low as some builders are advertising 4.2 interest rate that they're giving. Now, of course, there are caveats to some of those incentives. So, it would be best for you to, hire a realtor to make sure that we get those details for you and share the knowledge and the criterias in order for you to take advantage of those deals to buyers, because it's not all just black and white, and we don't ever want to make things seem like it's black and white and it's just simple. We just like to give you the information, and then, once we're able to connect, then we can share details. Once we know what you're trying to accomplish, and all that good stuff, then we can kind of cut down into which option is best for you. So some builders are just, basically the houses that are considered move-in ready, meaning they've been built, customized, they're ready for somebody to, take ownership of. A lot of these builders in the Tarrant County areas where we primarily kind of focus, they're just ready for, buyers to just come in and just, take ownership. And you can do a lot with the incentives that they have. There's different ways for you to buy down your rate to get a lower interest rate. There's ways for you to cut your closing costs, where you could stand to come to the table with nothing. Maybe you get your earnest money deposit back at closing. Different things. There's totally different things that you can do with those builders incentives.
Absolutely. That's right. That I will say, this is a great time to buy. This is kind of the slower period in real estate. Usually is the fourth quarter and the first quarter, right, of the year. And that's because people just recovering from the holidays. And then, of course, fourth quarter is everybody is shopping for the holidays. So taking advantage of these opportunities and at least checking in and seeing if you can take advantage of it is important. Going to a builder, make sure you have representation. They're going to hold on to what they can hold on to, right? And I mean, come on, what business really wouldn't do that, and so it will take sometimes some negotiations, like, hey, we need this and we need that, because if it's been sitting there for a while, they're ready to get rid of that inventory. You
Right.
know what I mean? But here's the thing though, when they do start to lower these things, and that's when people start popping in, so it is kind of good still to act fast if
Mm-hmm.
you want to choose it, So
Yeah.
keep all those wonderful things in mind. These spec homes, they're already designed. So it's just basically a brand new home that's already built, already have the design in there, and everything that you see is pretty much going to be it. It's not like,
Yeah.
new construction where you pick out your home. You can go into contract that way too, but
Right.
for the ones that's looking to move like quickly and don't want to wait for, a home to be built, this is a great way to kind of get in and get a new home. So,
Right. And
and
just
right now, yeah.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
and take advantage of the incentives that they are offering. So they're offering, of course, closing costs, to cover closing costs. They're throwing in all types of different like blinds and different things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature.
Refrigerators, washer
Yes.
and dryers.
Like ask for it. You
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna get, and be sure to have somebody represent your side so that way you can ask those questions just in case you're, a little nervous about asking, and that's what we're here for. Like, hey, so what about this? Can we get some off on this price? What's going on with this? And that's how we kind of negotiate with the builders. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then just like what you're saying, it's very important that that you partner or you hire a realtor. Again, as a buyer, it does not cost you anything to use a realtor. Whether you're shopping for new construction or a pre-owned home, it does not cost you anything. You are needing somebody on your team to be able to negotiate on your behalf.
right.
And a lot of people don't know that you can negotiate with new construction. They think the price tag is the price. Yeah, of course, they want top dollar for their house. What seller doesn't? The builder is still a seller. But
Absolutely.
that's why it's important for you to have a realtor that knows the rules, knows the loopholes, knows how to negotiate
Right.
and to get you what you want. And that's why me as a realtor, I have my consultations with my clients so that I can understand who they are, what they want, like provide them with solutions, not just help them buy a house, but make them
Right.
buy a house that's going to fit their needs, that's going to try and check off as many boxes of their wants as possible
Mhm.
within a certain budget and area and whatever it is that you're looking for. But just don't go into new construction signing a contract without representation. It's okay to go walk, see what's available around the areas you're interested in. But once you're ready to settle and say, okay, I want to go with builder X, you need to go ahead and contact a realtor, preferably before you even start looking. But we know that there are some people that just like just roaming, especially on the weekends.
And just
And
pop in. Yeah.
yeah, and they find themselves in there, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, I'm under contract," and I'm like, "I can't help you now. Like you signed your life away already." So just
You don't went to court
you're
and not represented,
you're
represented
done.
yourself.
You're done. So yeah, so just make sure to reach out to us or
Mhm.
a realtor that you trust,
Mhm.
and just have that conversation. Let them know what it is you're looking for, where you want to be at. A lot of times, a well-rounded realtor already has the information on a specific area or a specific builder, so they can go ahead and tell you what they're offering, if it's in your budget, and what you can stand to gain from it.
Mhm.
Builders are not going to just willingly tell you, hey, you can do this, that, and the third, or we can give you this and that. When I would represent somebody, even as a realtor, a builder would just sit there and try to make sure they keep as much of their money as possible, because although they still say, oh, I only have $10,000 to use to play with. No, no, no. You got more than that. You got
Right.
more than that. So you have to have someone knowledgeable on your side that knows this stuff, because they're only going to tell you what they want you to know. So just leverage your realtor partners. Let us help you find a house if you're in the market, whether it's new construction or pre-owned, and let us help you get as much as you possibly can from these builders.
Absolutely. Yep. You hit all the points there.
I don't know how else to say that.
Yeah.
How else to make that played? I mean, it
You
is
need
what
to,
it is.
that's right.
But you also want to make sure that you're connected with, like I said, somebody that's knowledgeable, that's putting you first. Don't just go with somebody that's well known in the area just because everybody used them, because just because they're well known doesn't know that they know, everything, or that they're well educated, or that they're going to give you that customer service that
Yeah,
you
be
deserve.
engaged. Right.
Yeah, because I know a few seasoned agents that, they think they hot stuff and they don't have to put the customer service behind it.
Right.
They can just go and write contracts and just go about it. And then you don't hear from them, especially with new construction, because just as a realtor, working with new construction, previously, it's not hard. All you have to do is go in, negotiate on your client's behalf, make sure they're getting what they want, and then that's it. Like, literally, we don't have to say anything else to you now that we have you under contract on a house that you want. But a good realtor is going to make sure that you know what's going on every step of the way. They're going to put some accountability on that sales rep, on that builder, to make sure that you're being updated, that you're able to go look at the house if you want to, or, if depending on where it is, if it's not completed, but it's like due to be completed, let's just say February, letting you know if you have the option to go change some floors or paint or something like that, like little stuff like that. Only a knowledgeable realtor is going to know if that is an option. But giving that level of service to you is that's just priceless. And I feel like we lack that in our culture, in our small businesses, as minorities. We don't take and really cherish how important it is to show customer service.
Right.
Like, if you mess up, you messed up. And if that customer lets you know that you messed up, you don't go blast them on social media. You don't go posting our conversation. Like, come on. If you messed up, you messed up. If you didn't mess up, but they said you messed up, figure out how you can make it right, instead of trying to argue your point or how you know that you weren't wrong. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if that was a bad sale, if you treat them with respect and courteous, and you're really courteous to them, and eventually they're gonna realize, okay, yeah, you're right. This, sorry, they might be going through something or something. But if you're going back and forth with them, all you're doing is making yourself look bad.
Right.
You're making yourself look bad. And then you post it on social media for the world to see. Like, you think that you're winning, you're actually losing. Because people are, they're reading, they're entertained by the drama, but those people probably aren't going to use you knowing how you treated this last person, whether they were right or wrong.
That's a flag, because it's like, oh, well, what if I don't do something they like, then they gonna go and blast me.
Right.
I cringe when I see business owners blast their customers, whether it's a good customer or a bad customer.
Right.
That's part of the business. You know what I mean? You don't have to work with everybody when it comes to it. So if you feel like that's just not a good fit, move on.
Right.
But at the same time, if you can salvage it and try to, find solutions, then try to find a solution.
Yeah.
I get it. I get sometimes, but we have that mentality where, and I get it because we hear it all the time, like, know your worth and add tax or something like that. But then what if you're not even worth what you think you're worth?
Right.
Oh, that was deep. Okay.
Ouch and amen.
But that's just truth. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we put so much, and we should value ourselves, but make sure that we're being valuable. You know what I mean? And we are providing customer service to customers and clients. I hear people all the time say, I don't want to work with, us, or whatever the case is, and it's sad that we say that people say that.
Yeah.
Because we should always want to work with everyone, no matter what. But it really, when you say like that, that just speaks to me like we have a little ways to go in our customer service, and providing
a long way to go.
Exceptional service, but I think that because we don't want to be wrong, and we don't want to take blame for nothing, and we're just so defensive at times, it's kind of like, okay, we don't, we go off, we go off. We deal with it in a different way, right? And so sometimes you kind of have to take a step back when you're dealing with clients, especially when you're building your business. You want to make sure you're offering great customer service. And in the event that you don't, you want to apologize for that. In the event that you feel like you did and they don't feel like you did, that apologize for that. I mean, at the end of the day, And then figure out how can you make it work if you can,
Yeah.
and if you can't, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's
And I
okay.
get it. You're protecting your brand. I get that.
Yeah. And that's what people say, like, protect, you got to protect your character. People will drag you out here. And that's true.
Hmm.
They will. And, I'm a believer that, God will always vindicate and
Yes.
redeem you. So don't worry about what other people are doing and saying, as long as you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? That's the key right there.
Yep.
We don't work for people, we work for God. And
Right.
that's just how I took it
Yep.
to a different level on this. But I mean, this is the truth, and that's
It
that's
is the
the
truth.
that's the bottom line. I stand
Mhm.
behind that. So we definitely got a little ways to go. When it comes to being offended.
Yeah.
And holding on to things
Yeah.
that we need to just let go.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Let your reputation speak for itself is what I say. Now, if if we don't see nothing but bad reviews or a repeating cycle, then I mean that's different. You need to fix some stuff. Something's
Yeah, there's
broken.
some stuff you need to. Yeah,
But you give one bad review, every 50 customers, okay. You
right.
cannot please everybody,
Please,
but
everybody.
your reputation is gonna be what saves you and what takes you, out of that situation. People are going to come to bat for you. They're going to be like, no, no, I know her or I know him. And that's just not their character,
Right,
whatever. So, and then it's going to help dim it down. But the more you feed that,
right.
that fire, putting that fuel, then you're just tarnishing your brand that you're trying to protect by, being, by not showing that level of customer service that you should be showing to help grow your business. That's my 2 cents.
That's true. That is very true. I mean, and I think that people be holding on to, they just be holding on to it, and they can't control their emotions. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's important in this that you control your emotions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get me wrong. There have been times where I have definitely, you
Mhm.
know what I mean, felt like I was either disrespected. It was just like out of line. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to still keep a professional
Yeah.
tone. Not everything need to be blasted on social media.
Right.
When I feel like that, I just have to go in prayer closet.
And you know what? From a realtor's perspective, I mean, it can go the same way. Like I said, some people who are on have reached a certain level of success or exposure or clientele, they think that their behavior or their demeanor or the way that they are, is the way that they are, and they don't care. Which, I
Oh
mean,
my
okay,
God.
yeah, you be who you are, but you still have to remember that you're in business, and just because you're making good money doesn't mean you can't be making great money. And it could
Right.
just be your attitude or your mentality that's stopping you from reaching that next level. And I mean, that's not something that's taught. You gotta practice that. You have to implement some type of something in your business to help you be a better person, and respond to your clients better. Like, it's important as a realtor to know your clients. I
Mhm.
want to know as much as I can about you, that you're comfortable with me knowing, so that I can
Mhm.
help you the best way that I can, which is why I have my consultations with my clients. Because I want to know, and I do plan on, developing a relationship over time, even after closing, even after you've gotten your house or sold your house. I
Mhm.
still want to be in contact with you and to know that everything is good,
Mhm.
and that you are happy with what this decision that you made, and that
Mhm.
it wasn't just a one-time transaction. That's not how it is with me.
Right. I think that's important. You're a phenomenal realtor for sure,
Thank you.
Shonda. So, hey, they need to love you because you're amazing. I always say that in anything that you do, you want to do it,
Yeah.
into the excellence that you can. Like I said, you do want to get to know what your clients, what their ability is, what they can do, get to know who they are,
Yeah.
and then, like you said, at that point, you kind of know at that point when people are asking you, or, if you do refer to a lender or something, you're knowledgeable
Yeah.
about your client. You know more about your client. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so
Yep.
it seems that you have done your part in the beginning. So that
Yeah.
is
It's
important,
important.
knowing
I really take pride in that. I take pride in knowing about my clients. That way, when I do pass them off to one of my lending partners, in the event that they can't get in touch with my client, whether they're at work, which is what they're supposed to be doing, and they can't answer the phone or an email, I want to be able to answer small questions about
Mhm.
them, that may be a intricate, piece in moving that file to the next phase. And I just feel like that's a no-brainer. That's a
Mhm.
no-brainer to be able to answer something about my client, and not just, yeah, I don't know. You have to ask them, like, I don't know. I don't know, but
Right,
that's not
sure. I didn't
everybody.
ask that. Am I supposed and I think that's just good information anyway to kind of,
Yeah,
when you're training your agents or you have agents, you wanna make sure they kinda know how to do and honestly, you don't have to do it, right? Because the lender will take care of whatever that is, but it's good for you to know so that way you can kinda know if the lender is giving you good information or not too, you know what I mean?
mhm,
Or, if there's something off about, you just wanna know, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
If they're willing to share with you, because it is some of their personal stuff, but they have to trust their realtor just as much as they gotta trust their lender, so
yeah,
they
yeah.
gotta trust the team. So,
Exactly,
yep.
exactly. I agree 100%. 100%. And if you're like an aspiring entrepreneur, like you work full time but you're wanting to start your business, um just know that it's not too late.
Nope.
Right, Nikita? It's not too late to get started. There's like no age limit on becoming an entrepreneur. You can be, getting ready to retire from your job, and you've met that quota, and now you want to start your business. That's okay. Go ahead, start your
Start that
business.
businesses,
What is
like
that? Angela Bassett, I think she just graduated or something like that. I
mhm,
can't remember what degree, but she just graduated from college.
mhm,
Like, that's huge. Your
mhm.
accomplishment is your accomplishment. Who says it has to be at 25 or 30 or whatever? You don't know
Exactly.
what assignment God got for you. You just go with the flow and you do what you got to do.
You do what you gotta do, like, don't ever let that be a factor on you starting, like, "Man, I started late." Yeah, you might wish, "Oh, I wish I would've started sooner," but whenever you start is a good start. Just start. Whatever you do is never too late,
Yeah.
it is not too late. Keep pushing. If that's something your heart desire and it can happen, I will say, no, it's not too late, and if you got people in your circle telling you it's too late, then you need to start realigning yourself with the right
Mhm.
like-minded individuals because that is key to anything that you do. Sometimes they can't see the vision that you have, so or
Mhm.
that God has for you.
That's right.
You might be at a place where you were raising your kids all this time and now they're all grown and now you have time to do what it is that you want to do. And so now it's like, yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah.
Or even before that, you can do it. So it's never too late. Um, I would never say hold yourself back because you feel like you should have did it sooner. Always be able to believe that you can do it when it's time. Because maybe it wasn't time then. Maybe it is time now.
Right. Right.
So
And you'll know. You'll know when it's time
mhm.
to move on, or you've met your cap or whatever the case might be. So just
Exactly.
I say just get started. Just do
Get
it.
started.
If you got to reevaluate your circle, don't be afraid to let some people go or let some people fall to the wayside or whatever the case may be. And build your brand, build your business, and be okay with it. Don't let nobody change your mind, like Nikita said.
Yep, don't let anybody change your mind. So Imma definitely say that, if you could take away anything, one is make sure that you have, representation if you decide to go to the builder. It is still a very good time to buy.
Mhm.
There's still
Mhm.
opportunities out there for great rates. There's ways to buy down the rates. It's being strategic, right?
Mhm.
If it's possible, it can happen. So don't scare yourself out of people telling you that this ain't the right time, this ain't the right market.
Right.
Because it is actually the right time. People are giving away things for you to get a house. Who knows when you start, then you're gonna be like, dang, nobody want to give me anything. We can't negotiate. Well, it's because now we have more demand. And so that leads to people knowing that, hey, we got people that's gonna come in after you that can do it.
Mhm.
Okay. So
That's right.
if you're looking, to buy, if you're looking for a home loan, like we're here for you, reach out to us, send us a message. We have our contact information flowing after this, so that way you will know. But always remember, that it's a good time now, and to
Yeah.
also start. Do
Yeah.
not. It's not too
Mhm.
late to get started. So
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
Well, I hope you guys are full of information after this conversation. Like she said, we'll have our contact information available if you guys have any questions, even if it's just a conversation and you don't move forward with buying or selling, whatever the
right.
situation is. Have a conversation, know where you are, and have a plan of action. And
That's right.
that's kind of what I tell people. Just check and see. The worst they can say is not right now. I don't
Right.
I don't partner with people that say no. It's
Right.
not right now. Here's a plan to get you there in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever.
Mhm.
But you won't know if you don't try. So just
Right.
try and see what works for you. But make sure that we're empowering each other
And you embrace your true self.
and evolve on your journey. Peace out, y'all.